Happy New Year! How's everybody doing tonight? Bro, you hosting and you having technical difficulties? Come on, man. We still can't hear you, bro. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Woo-hoo. Bro, it's fine. Just unplug the headphones.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can hear you. Great. All right.
Dude, like Jesus Christ, I'm sitting there unplugging it, plugging it back in. All I had to do was unplug the light that is.
And you just went out again. uh Well, to those unfamiliar, welcome to part 2 of our dynamic duo grand finale. Don't worry, we are not ending the podcast. We are officially rebranding it because we're adding an official co-host to the show. Part 1 was on my channel. That premiered on New Year's Eve, December 30th, excuse me. We couldn't do New Year's Eve due to scheduling conflict, so part 2 is coming out tonight. But while we're waiting for our co-host to arrive, how's everybody doing? Just let us know in the chat. How's everybody doing? Any New Year resolutions? And bro, aren't you forgetting something?
Hello.
What's up, Tevia? How you doing?
Never really. I did finished all my top list for 2020. The top 10 video games, the top 10 movie, top 10 best comics, and just finished my top 5 words on 2023.
Is that better?
There we go. There we go. And here I thought I was going to host this one by myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have to make this quick because my girl's going to sleep. So,
hey, do what you got to do, man. We're probably going to go for cut it right in an hour anyway, if not a little less.
Yep. So all my lists are finally done. Now I just wondering if I'm going to do a top 5 disappointing in 2023. That's not happening. Because after editing my top 5 Wisconsin 2023, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
Fair enough. But we'll definitely add a segment towards the end of the stream if we have time. But, okay. Bro, you want to start with the actual promotion for this finale?
Yep.
God damn it.
Oh, God damn it. It's time to do it again.
All right. While bro's dealing with that, I'll be a good brother and tag in. Okay. Basically, this is part 2 of our What If relay. We did What If Raditz Turned Good and sprinkled a little bit of ideas with Taladia Plays. He joined, and I think we had a good discussion. Yep. But part 2 is what if Janemba was canon and turned good. Now, you've probably seen similar ideas on other YouTube channels such as Smugstick, Geekdom, maybe plus Ultraman if he hasn't done it already at the time of the stream. But this is just a little what if relay. We're just scrambling ideas together, and who knows if you guys care for it, either on my channel or Kid Takeoffs, we can actually make this official and actually run an official scenario on it. So it's up to you guys whether or not this gets extended.
Yep.
But I think I'll go ahead and start first. We follow a similar premise to the movie. Janemba is an ogre from Otherworld who gets mutated. So all you have to do is expose him
to evil, basically.
Yeah, so all the world's evil throughout human history. He gets mutated, and we get the same fight as Fusion Reborn, Super Gogeta, the Stardust Breaker to purify him, all that. But the ogre has to deal with some consequence. Now, granted, he's just a kid. He's a rambunctious teenager. He wasn't watching. He did have a job. He was supposed to watch the cleanser to make sure it didn't get over too much pressure was added, and he let the pressure build up, and the canister blew up in his face, which led to his place. So he has to suffer some consequence from that. Now, outright banishment from Otherworld, say in Smugstick's What If, outright banishment might be a bit harsh.
That's too extreme, right? Because he's a kid. Like he had no idea that was gonna happen.
He just did a full story and wrapped up that What If recently. But if I had to say there's any, and I highly recommend watching it for yourselves, but if I had to do one critique on it, is that banishment outright was a little extreme. If I had to
I
make
agree.
any critique on that What If, because he's just a kid who doesn't know any better.
Yeah, he screwed
But
up.
but yeah, outright banishment might be a bit harsh, but at the very least, having Goku or one of the Kais watch over him, that's more of a fair compromise, especially in exchange.
I would want the card watching over him because Goku wasn't dead in this movie. I think.
Again, we have to factor what if Fusion Reborn was canon? We have to factor that too. So this has to take place right after the Buu saga, where Elder Kai brings him back.
True, but also the Fusion Reborn Vegeta actually dead during this time, which
again, Fusion Reborn was released around the time of the Vegito versus Buhan fight in the manga/anime. So technically, Vegeta wasn't brought back in the series yet. He didn't get brought back till the end of the arc.
True.
So
that thing always confused me because when I first saw the movie, way back when I think when it first came out, I don't remember. I saw it on DVD on Blu-ray. I don't remember. It's been so damn long. That part confused me. Wait, what? Wait. So you've been dead the entire time? So it takes place between the Buu arc and after? I felt confused.
Again, the movies are kind of their own thing for the most part.
That's true, yeah.
But
same with the Broly movie. Doing the Broly check before the Cell games.
Yeah, with that, first Broly movie takes place before the Cell games, but this one takes place around during the Fusion saga or before, basically what I said earlier, before Kid Buu was defeated.
Yeah, Kid Buu, yeah.
But I think this would be a pretty decent compromise, to where in exchange for Buu being reincarnated into a benevolent being, say Oob, end of Z, Goku has to watch.
But we still had Fat Buu involved. Fat Buu was reincarnated.
Yes, but Oob would have just been born like 9 months after Kid Buu was defeated. You factor 9 months, and then Oob was born. So in exchange for Goku getting evil Buu reincarnated, he has to watch over the ogre that mutated into Janemba.
Yeah.
And help the kid quell this demon he's been exposed to. So you kind of have a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation, to where he could give in to his darker impulses or the Janemba personality in any time with any negative or intrinsic thoughts, to where Goku has to help mediate and balance him out. Now, Goku is likely, I'm not going to say he's the worst person to explain this caveat to, but I would say there are better choices out there. Like
I think it was Supreme Kai. Supreme Kai, I think would make a ton of sense.
Yeah, but this kind of does give Goku some practice in actually being a mentor figure. That way, once we get to End of Z, Goku is an actual master, not just a master of himself.
True.
And look who's back.
Yeah.
Bro, just turn the light off or unplug the headphones. It's not worth it, man.
Yeah, if the headphones are not worth it, just use the actual webcam itself.
I mean, I don't mind. You're my brother, and we pretty much put up with each other our whole lives, so I don't really mind this. I just went ahead and get my scenario out of the way.
I don't mind it either.
Let us know in the private chat once your mic starts working, kid. I'll just keep going. But where was I? Oh yeah. Vegeta is furious at this because he went through his whole final atonement, Buu being defeated, the kids getting absorbed, Kid Buu blowing up the planet. Pretty much the past 150 chapters or so just to deal with another demon, basically.
Yeah, but Kid Buu technically blew up Earth. He was the first villain to succeed. What Vegeta failed, Cell failed, but
Cell attempted it, but Goku used instant transmission at the very last second.
True.
But yeah, so Vegeta's a little annoyed, but hey, a deal's a deal, since King Yama is going out of his way to directly reincarnate someone as malicious and chaotic as Buu. And he
Yeah.
probably would have done this anyway, given the fact that Boo was so chaotic and practically feral in that stage.
And a monster.
So he probably would have either ruled hell with an iron fist or just upset the balance of Otherworld himself after an extended period of time.
But the
So-
instant transmission, so he would technically speaking, go through everywhere.
Yeah. So he was going to get directly reincarnated anyway, just to get rid of him.
Yeah.
But
go face back. Boo, Kid Boo was a monster, a psychopath murderer. And he had no personality. He was just insane. That's all he was. He's just pure, but insane.
Janemba was too, but he's pretty much amalgamation of all the hell and evil of over the course of human history.
Bro.
Mutated into an ogre who actually had reality warping capabilities. Kid Boo is just a galaxy buster, if not universal, after an extended period of time.
Yeah.
And what's up, Brian Gamer 654? Welcome to the show.
Oh.
Bro, try your mic now. Still nothing.
God damn it.
What about now?
There we go. Hopefully it lasts this time.
There we go.
Can't find no quality headset nowadays.
Just for now.
Damn inflation.
That's an $80 pair of what are the Astro A10s?
Are they wireless or plug-in?
Wire.
Hey, I'm using a wired plug-in headset right now.
Are you
trying to sync yours digitally, or did you just use the cord?
No, like I literally have the cord, like it's literally corded.
Then I have no idea how that happened, bro. I think you just got ripped off.
No, it's something. I have a shortage in the cord.
Yes.
It happens.
But I'm gonna let y'all get y'all scenarios out the way, and then I'm gonna break down on mine because I'm pretty sure I have I guess a lot of different stuff that I kind of put, like a good bit of stuff that I put together. So, technically I'm gonna be a minute.
All right, fair enough. Now we could branch off on mine one or two ways. We can pretty much time skip 10 years later where Goku actually does compete in the 28th Budokai End of Z, but instead it's Janemba or the now the ogre does have his own name before he gets mutated. I'm just calling him Janemba for the sake of simplicity.
Yeah.
So Janemba and Oob, you can have it where Janemba and Oob face off, but Janemba is actually just testing Oob's fact that he's potentially a senior student, and the main reason he got redeemed or sent to Earth is because of this kid and what he could turn into if he lost control. So you could create a sibling student dynamic, or you can cut straight through Super where Janemba gets all the spotlight and Goku gets the main mentor development, and then you bookend with Oob at the very end. So
Fair Super. I just realized something. We have not seen Oob in anything since Z ended.
He did
since Super started. Well, ended.
He did get a highlight moment in GT, but they just rushed his character arc and just merged him and Boo back together.
Yeah, that annoyed me because come on, I like Oob, and I think that story was pretty cool. I thought whatever. No, he needed to be baby. Okay,
I mean,
need to be baby, sort of.
Even if he is Boo's direct reincarnate, he still has the physiology of a normal human. So until he goes through his character arc and merges with Boo, there's not too much you could do. And it was really more of a Boo moment than it was an Oob.
That's true, yeah.
Oob was kind of a blank slate. The only thing Oob got out of it was a power-up. That was it. Like you could take out Oob and Boo's fusion to become Majub, and the Baby Saga goes relatively the same. The only difference is someone else distracts Baby while the others transfer their energy into Super Saiyan 4 Goku. That's it.
One thing I did Baby this, he acted with a good villain. He was the only villain that acted with a good villain at the reflect. I
had to cut you off, Tevia. A bit of amalgamation of everything that came before, but I think that's more so in subtext due to the course correction from after. They tried to do the Lost episodes was basically a Hunt for the Dragon Ball mystical adventure type story. The new demographic was so used to Z and the rambastic action, they kind of got bored from that. Okay, so let's rush straight to the action. I would say the Baby Saga was objectively rushed. Now, narratively, you had enough of a through line from the Z anime to make it work. Baby was a solid villain with a revenge narrative for all intents and purposes, and a power corrupt story. So
Yeah.
it works for what it is. But from a corporate and objective standpoint, the Baby Saga could have gone another 10 episodes if
Yeah, it's
properly
longer.
structured.
It should have lasted until 20 episodes.
It lasted about 15, 20 episodes, give or take.
Never mind. Wait, how long would Baby Saga anyway? Because I don't remember. It's been so damn long since GT.
Depends on whether or not you count the last 21 episodes as setup or not. If you count the last 21 episodes as setup, then yeah, the Baby Saga takes about half of the series, roughly 30 episodes. If you don't count it, it's about 15.
See, it literally, that's if you count movies and fillers. I mean, because you got to think there's been some DBZ movies that happened somewhere around the Majin Buu arc.
True.
Now, wasn't Wrath of the Dragon about Buu arc?
No, Wrath of the Dragon I think after the Buu arc.
Yeah, Wrath of the Dragon's kind of like an epilogue for the Dragon Ball DBZ movies, like right after the Buu Saga.
Yeah, it's like an ending. And it doesn't have Future Trunks of the sword.
I think it's more of a tribute to Future Trunks because you do see a reel of Future Trunks' arrival against Mecha Frieza in the epilogue in the credits roll. Yeah, it's more of a tribute than anything.
Well, that makes sense. I didn't hype about that.
All right, so
we don't get to see that sword in the actual series, but yeah, whatever.
All right, so do y'all have anything else that y'all want to add on Janemba before we get into our next part?
Yeah,
I didn't want to spoil too much going into Supers. I was just saying you could make it the Janemba show focusing based off Super, or you can cut 10 years later. So again,
I'll cover Super differently.
All right, you'll cover Super. Okay, Tevye, you want to go ahead and start on your scenario because I gotta look for something right quick. BRB.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll buy your scenario. Okay. Okay, Janemba. Well, as a villain himself, he didn't really have a personality for it, so it took me hard to make a storyline on him. But given away this guy would create all the evil in humanity for the entire decade of history, then he was like a monster, and given away the feel of what ended. I think the best option for him would be, yeah, you could try to remember having a Redeemo villain in quotation marks. Well, more like technically a Redeemo monster. I don't know. It's confusing. So if I had to go with the type of scenario, have to do what end the same way. Yes, you get restored. That did happen. But if you're having this type of story, have Oob and him be like kind of like partners. Hold it. Let me explain. Basically, yes, we do come to Goku Mentor show, but well, we don't do it. I say you have to have him be trained after one of the ties first, one of the spring ties. Have them be trained after do you remember? Or the demon guy,
the ogre who becomes Janemba. Let's just call him Janemba for the sake of simplicity, because I would have to go for the wiki to find his name.
Yeah, have the ogre name Janemba. Like, be trained by one of the spring guys. Then you have to go to Urban, have to team with Oob. And they get him to fight. I'm enjoying if he had left. That's in this movie.
All right.
No. I know how to fight at the cooler. Even though we did technically speaking, we did see Cooler and Samuel actually in Future One. What a Fuya, I forget.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into the takeoff zone. Now, y'all are gonna react to what I have put together. Now, will it make sense to y'all? I don't know. We'll see. Because me and my bro got different tastes when it comes to Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Mine as well.
All right. It's so out of order.
Okay.
Just start where it's a good point for you.
I am. All right. So I'm gonna talk about. A lot of people were saying, I guess, what if Janemba so happened to have like been around during the Cell Saga? It cannot happen.
That can't happen, period.
He wasn't even around then.
But
And
remember, during the Cell Saga, going after you was still Super Saiyan 2.
And I know some people might think that the question is dumb, but Janemba is really made of pure evil. And, so it'll be possible to replace said evil energy or make Janemba out of good energy. And I thought about, like, I know in Boo's Fury, King Yima says that Janemba was a crime boss before going to hell.
Wait, what? What the hell would that establish? I don't want to wait.
Think of it like this. Crime bosses, especially in rural areas such as Japan, were notorious in their heyday.
So they're all assholes.
It's possible that once sent to hell, they become like alphas, and this crime boss would allegedly become the dominant personality for Janemba. Just pure malice. But then he has...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's your scenario.
And then but Fusion Reborn is not canon, so Janemba's technically not real.
Yeah.
But the circumstances behind Janemba is plausible. Think about it. It's literally just a teenage ogre stumbling upon the purification chamber and ends up getting exposed to the world's evil due to incompetence. It's a very likely scenario to happen.
Yeah, it's actually having canon.
You wouldn't really have to change much, other than that, the fact that theatrically it takes place before the climax of the Buu saga, where Vegeta gets brought back to help with the Spirit Bomb. So have Goku and Vegeta alive, you really wouldn't have to change that much.
But think that it is possible to make good Janemba out of good energy with how the stuff Janemba is made of include evil human souls or energy. So actually, you can just say good souls. What am I saying seems possible enough?
I see where you're coming from, and yes, on a subtextual level,
souls that is sentient, because without those souls have to also belong to humans too. So
now, to be fair, it was the big three that better popularized this trope in the modern era. But you technically would fall into the inner demon trope, where the ogre, because I don't know the guy's real name. I would have to look in the Dragon Ball.
Yeah, if I ever rewatch the movie again.
But even after he gets purified by the Stardust Breaker, the actual entity that Janemba was molded into, or the spirit of Janemba, is still a part of him, or it was able to anchor itself as a part of the ogre's inner demons. So you could basically have a Naruto or Kurama or Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation to where, okay, this entity is still in this ogre.
So this man can literally possibly turn in and out of Janemba at will.
Kind of. Yeah. So
once he learns control.
What Naruto or like maybe
Black Clover.
Death Note. Wait.
Death Note's a little different. Death Note's a little different. Death Note's a little a power corruption story.
Sure. Death Note was grounded. Well, grounded.
Also, if you put good energy in the kid, he would be good and listen to people like Goku, Vegeta, and all of them, and he wouldn't just die from the Stardust Breaker. Like I said, he was purified. So
Buu was pure evil. Or just
Buu was a monster.
Purely chaotic. Janemba was amalgamation of evil energy or evil spirit. So purifying Janemba with the Stardust Breaker wouldn't be that hard to do. It would be a lot harder to do that on Buu. It would hurt, but it wouldn't destroy
on Buu. No, Kid Buu would, like I said, a second middle and monster.
He literally was able to push a spirit bomb back.
Yeah, he was pure insanity. That's all he was.
I don't think he would have been able to deflect the Stardust Breaker, though.
No, especially not at close range.
Even if some burn survive Spirit Bomb, for you to survive Spirit Bomb, I'm shocked.
So if we're gonna talk about that sense, we possibly would have had a Pikkon, Goku, and Vegeta versus Kid Buu trio.
Yes,
I'm
3v1.
shocked we didn't get that fight.
I wanted to see Pikkon versus Buu.
Same.
You did get that a bit in the anime filler, but it was kind of skimmed over. It was a brief anime sequence. Pikkon arrives, kind of ruffles his tentacle a little bit, and then we cut to a few scenes later, and then Pikkon and the other world fighters get their asses kicked.
Yeah, they all get defeated by Kid Buu.
Pretty much off screen.
But then you want me like what? What the hell?
Technically, they're filler characters. No reason to drag it
That's
out.
true, yeah.
So
Wait, did Kai do that well or no?
again, the other world tournament was a filler arc. The majority
Yeah,
of
good point. So Kai cut that filler arc. Then look at the God Junior saga. That ought to cut up. We get a filler arc.
Garlic Jr. was a branch off from the movie, which is technically canon to the anime, but only because they needed a series of transition episodes to help expand the manga and set the stage for the next arc. So really, Garlic Jr. is just a span of transition episodes.
That's true.
I don't
Even
even call that-
all the movie villains appear on the anime. It doesn't make a ton of sense. I do like the story of God Jr. in the story.
He breaks out of the dead zone and wants revenge. I mean, it's simplistic enough. You still have to watch Dead Zone for context, but you could make Dead Zone work for the most part.
True, but you can skip the movie itself and just watch the actual show.
Watch the arc
story.
because it's the same thing.
That's true.
He
Yeah.
breaks out of that dimension. He wants revenge on Kami,
He wins point immortality.
Yep.
but he does originally achieve it, so you can't beat him in a conventional way in the movie. He has to get sealed in the Dead Zone again.
True.
Yeah, he sailed away.
Yep.
But
Now,
yeah,
essentially,
out of all the Dragon Ball Z movies, there are 3 you can make semi-canon or play with the timeline just a little
Cooler.
bit to make
Cooler.
Cooler's Revenge, because that technically occurs roughly
After the
before-
Frieza saga.
after the Frieza saga, but before
Even
the
though
end.
that movie going still has his tail, which that's confusing because right now he didn't have a tail at the end of the saga.
At the end of the Namek saga, Frieza lost his lower torso and had to get mechanized.
True.
Again, Cooler could take place during the 3-year gap while everyone was training for the androids. The only difference is the only real inconsistency there is that Vegeta didn't make his movie debut until Revenge of Cooler's Revenge, the following, the Meta Cooler movie.
yeah, true.
Well, yeah, Metal Cooler, my bad.
Yeah.
Now, here. Now, essentially, Fusion Reborn is canon in the timeline, if you think about it. And the demon that is turned into Janemba by all the evil souls' energy kept the power afterwards, but now he can access without going crazy. And King Yemma tells him to go to hell, and Goku and his pals go back to Earth. Get back sent to Earth.
Again,
Except Vegeta, because Vegeta is dead in this time.
Fusion Reborn is a very self-contained story. If we're not just going to use it wholesale and just have it occur right after the Buu saga, like in the immediate aftermath, the only way it could work as is if you take this small corner between after Goku's 24 hours ran out and while Vegeta's final atonement. This has to be while Gotenks versus Super Buu was going on, and this took place over the course of a few hours.
Where Janet had go on, still training actually with the old man Kai.
I mean,
Kind of.
Gohan would still be caught up in the ritual, which would explain why he's absent.
Yeah.
But it would give the Earthlings and Piccolo something to do, fighting an army of undead.
Yeah.
While Super
Yeah,
Blue's
I'll
waiting
go for that.
waiting for his challenge. Again, Fusion Reborn is workable. You're either going to have a tight confinement during the Fusion Saga itself, or shortly after the Buu Saga when all said and done. There's no in between where a canon Janemba or canon Fusion Reborn could have taken place.
Yeah. This one is just it's gonna be at tough to so okay, it's not hard to write in, but you gotta do the story changes.
Okay, here's one. What if Janemba replaced Super 17?
But Super 17.
Technically, the
that's
Super
all
17 saga is a Fusion Reborn ripoff, so I see where you're going with this.
Wait, isn't that part GT?
Yes. Undead Army, upsetting the balance, rift between dimensions. It's literally the same thing. The only difference is Dr. Gero and Dr. Mew through the 17s, create a hole in hell or break the dimensional fabric rather than just Janemba being a reality buster. So really,
so confused the hell out of me. Because how the hell the two Android 17s still work for the Master?
Super 17 is just not that strong. He's roughly Buhan level, if not slightly stronger. He's a dimensional buster.
Bro, he still went toe to toe with Super Saiyan 4.
Only because he was able to absorb ki and get stronger from it.
Yeah, and still work with Dr. Gero and still work with other move. Which why? Why would Android 17 work for those psychos?
Okay.
Like, this is why I'm glad that teacher Dragon Super ignored that story even happened. We got after 17 still a good guy who got at the end of Boo.
GT only did bad internationally. In Japan or domestically, GT was not that bad. It just didn't do the numbers Toei wanted.
Now, I got the idea because the villains escaped from hell. B plot of the Super 17 saga is pretty much, like you said, a ripoff.
Well, I was saying that for your point, yeah.
So, in a way, having Janemba as the ultimate villain of that story would have probably saved GT.
It would have made sense. It would fall back story than the actual GT story.
Because at the time, you are making an in-series expansion of the Fusion Reborn, but it would probably have the same effect as Garlic Jr., as the Garlic Jr. saga had with Dead Zone. Yeah, we're technically getting an official saga out of this, but it feels like a retread at the same time. At least with the Garlic Jr. saga, it was a direct continuation of it. Like Garlic Jr. breaks out, he wants revenge, and he unleashes the Dark Mist. You actually had a sequel of sorts.
No.
Yeah, the sequel to Dead Zone that is speaking is the Renault Silverton story.
Now look. And now as for Janemba, if he was the ultimate villain, you got to think he would need to get a power up a bit to really stand a chance against the GT Goku.
Plus, people need a personality. Be good for it. Remember, I had a personality.
Excuse you.
Sorry.
But you would have had 10 extra years of evil across the universe to feed off on in that containment chamber. So Janemba would be significantly stronger compared to. He wouldn't be Boo Saga, and Boo Saga was the relative peak going into GT anyway. So Janemba would probably be twice as strong, if not more. I'm not going to say triple.
He's probably more stronger than Baby. With Baby with a lot more bigger foot than.
No, Baby would have been a recent addition in Hell.
That is true. Yeah.
So he probably would. So Janemba probably would have had assimilation powers in his arsenal.
That is true.
Perhaps I would say Dr. Gero started this sabotage, building extra, I guess respiratories onto a machine, so the excess evil from Janemba would be stored up for years.
I still wonder how Dr. Gero and Mew built that technology. I think when they went to hell. In GG, that's still
pretty much you have a mouth. It's basically a callback to all of Dragon Ball or the franchise up to that point. And most of the androids, even movie villains, did end up dead. If not destroyed within a theatrical release itself, they were definitely destroyed when Trunks and Krillin destroyed Gero's lab.
Yeah, so, true. Yeah.
So either way, they would have had more than enough robot parts to create an artificial 17 that was purely robotic. Just use 17 as a base. And since Gero is technically dead, he could just create a second 17 from memory.
Yeah.
And then this 17 would assimilate and corrupt our normal 17's programming, and then they assimilate to or merge to create Super 17. It's pretty straightforward for the most part. The returning villains or the army of undead is just a B plot.
Now, obviously, the fight would be different from Super 17 since Janemba doesn't absorb energy, but teleports, warps, and reality around him. Janemba leaving Hell and distorting the landscape of Earth as he arrives might be pretty interesting, if you ask me. But at the same time, I mean, if Hell turned, wacky, got filled up with those them jelly beans.
Yeah, that was just where normal Janemba was contorting everything around him. That was as the movie progressed. But I don't see
an Android. There's one Android we tried out to add in, and did that the guy who's an Android. Android 21.
Let's not go too far. Because
let me explain. We did see her title in cameo in Jungle Superhero.
Okay, so why would an android that's based on Jiro's wife, how would she play into this? If anything, she would be trying to stop Janemba.
True, but she would also try to do her own at the agenda.
Nothing wrong with Android 21 getting her own identity, but Janemba would be a great villain in relation to the returning villains and the subplot. But I don't see, even with Janemba, would be too chaotic for Mew and Jiro to control. So I still feel like you need Super 17 to some degree.
That is true, yeah.
What about a Super 17? What about a Super 17 Janemba duo?
So they both team up.
I mean, I can see it.
I can see both team up, but they're still trying to show that they're masters.
Because think about it, Goku and Piccolo fight Janemba, and how Piccolo would be a Piccolo's Goku and Piccolo fight Janemba, while 17, Oob, Gohan, and the others fight Super Vegeta. Super 17, excuse me. Actually give them a moment to shine. Because let's be honest, despite being a narrative callback to everything that came before, GT quickly derailed into being Goku time.
Yeah, it went with Goku at the Pan at the story. Which, okay, what is it before? Pan actually was not about character. The story is about execution. And thank God Super already fixed that and had to give it Pan that way.
No, Pan was just less annoying. You're comparing an angsty preteen to a 5-year-old who started kindergarten.
True.
Like, that's not a fair comparison. Pan was just annoying and basically did what Bulma did in OG Dragon Ball, where she was just a damsel in distress. But at least Bulma was a genius, invented the Dragon Radar. At least she was contributing something. Pan was just annoying.
True.
So I have to give the detractors that much at least. Trunks barely did anything. It's like they took Bulma's original role and split it into two.
Yeah, which is frustrating because this is the dog Goku. Two was the great fight at the end in the Z world. This child should be have to be stronger at the similar to go on. Had untapped potential. Do something with that. But no.
Okay, so I do have one thing that I'm pretty sure y'all will probably interesting because they're about around the same, I guess, type of villain. But what if these two conspired against everybody?
Who? Who's Fu? I forget who that is.
Janemba and Fu. Okay, that's the child of Toa and Mira, the clone child of Toa and Mira from Xenoverse.
No, I thought that was Deborah's son.
Oh, well, excuse me.
Wait, hold up. I'm about to look it up. I'm pretty sure. I think it was Toa and Deborah.
I need some context here. I'm confused.
No, Toa and Deborah are brother and sister. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Hold up.
I need some context. I'm lost.
Okay, Fu is a demon, a son of the artificial being Mira, and Toa is Mira and Toa. You're right.
That's definitely, especially if you played the Xenoverse games, I could definitely see Fu pulling something like this. Maybe just summoning Janemba directly rather than just mutating an ogre, trying to recreate the exact circumstances which caused Fusion Reborn. He's probably better off just summoning a version of Janemba from Fusion Reborn itself.
probably giving
But,
her.
would make a lot more sense than doing the exact same plot in Video Boy, right?
I feel like that. I feel like they would have took the few route if Janemba was introduced in the canon in Dragon Ball Super.
True.
Yeah, but the moment you start doing that, you play into supplemental material, synergy with the video games, to which the video games were relatively self-contained. And and even with the time travel stuff in the Goku Black Art, just have two future Trunkses. One who made a deal and joined the Grand Supreme Kai's Time Patrol as penance, and a duplicate who chose to stay in the future timeline so everything flowed correctly. You could even have that be have an identity crisis to which both Trunkses can relate to, since they're going for the same thing.
Well, won't that break the timeline? Because the timeline will be broken at this point. Because time travel in DVD Dragon Ball Universe is confusing.
As the Bridge once said, multiverse theory's a bitch. So one timeline would collapse, and then the other would remain intact because the clone still existed.
Yeah.
So that seriously, Toei tried to explain it all. Like, you have Xenoverse, you have it right there.
True.
But again, I can't blame them for not trying to pull their Dragon Ball's version of Clone Saga. I can't blame them.
Let's not do that.
No.
Marvel tried to make Clone with that bullshit with Spidey, which, oh God, nothing from that came with better like.
So save the grant for a different stream, Tevia.
So we're gonna take it back to GT. What about this duo?
Janemba and Omega. Omega was amalgamation of all the Shadow Dragons. So you
but the Dragon Ball that got corrupted because of so many wishes. Which, in hindsight, that's not a bad idea. Concept-wise, that's not a bad idea. That's what worked. Execution-wise,
it'd be hard to pull off because each of the Shadow Dragons have a specific element or in reference to a wish from the past. Yeah. Some are wackier, some are more sinister. I mean, what room would you really have Janemba be other than just to be a B plot wreaking havoc in the other world while all of this is going on?
And then they have to do a team A, team B situation.
Hang on a second. I need to look at these guys up because it's been so damn long since I've seen DT.
If anything, this could pay forward my original scenario where Janemba is trained by Goku.
Oh, here I got something.
And then he becomes a thing.
Hang on, I'll read the screen shares.
Okay, hear me out. Just let me cook for a second. If we follow my original scenario, if we follow the scenario I did for the stream, and Goku mentors Janemba, he pays the kindness forward, and then Janemba eventually, after serving his penance, becomes a new Vanguard or Guardian of Hell. Granted, this ultimately happened to Piccolo in GT, but work with me. Yeah. Janemba would actually pay the kindness forward by giving a one-day pass out of Hell to actually force Shadow Dragons. Janembu. Not bad. Basically, a amalgamation of Janemba and Super Buu, or Kid Buu Janemba absorbed. I've actually seen Janemba used in several what ifs, but it's just two chaotic characters merged into one.
And they're both psychos.
I mean, it's an assimilation / absorption, so you don't have to worry about fusion mechanics, but Janemba is just overpowered. He would collapse all of reality within the span of a few minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, Janemba's a reality buster by himself.
But with Kid Buu, that'd be more psychotic insane.
Dude, he will go toe-to-toe with Beerus.
Yeah,
maybe in destructive capability, but not power-wise. All it takes is one good Hakai, and Janembu is erased on the spot.
Yeah, but what Big Bad?
There's gonna be
I felt anything.
Hold on, one at a time, gentlemen. Bro, go ahead.
Nova?
Okay, could Janembu solo a majority of the Shadow Dragons?
Nova and Ice Shinron, yes.
Yeah.
the majority of them, since Eyes and the Oceania and Rage, the majority of them are weak or based on gag or comedic mechanics. So the majority of them I could see Janembu defeating with relatively low difficulty. The only ones that would really give him trouble are Ice and Shin / Omega. The only reason I'm not saying Nova is because
like
Nova's
Nova, Ice, and Sin Shinron would give him trouble.
let me cook. Nova is too honorable. So all Janembu has to do is take a dive. Nova contemplates seizing the killing blow or not because Boo just has no real agency or consciousness. And then Janembu goes for the absorption.
Yeah.
If Janembu, if Nova takes honor out of it and just puts Janembu down like a wild dog, then yeah, Nova can make a comeback. But Sin is just too cold and callous. He doesn't even contemplate the sense of honor. He'll weasel his way out of any scenario if he's on the back foot.
But Sin technically killed it at his own brother.
No, Goku still did him in. Nova just didn't intervene.
Yeah.
Nova just didn't intervene in the fight whatsoever.
Yeah. Never mind. But didn't after Sin get not Sin? Didn't after Omega killed the
No, Sin, yes. Sin did take out Nova to secure the last Dragon Ball and transform to become Omega. But yeah. Nova still had some consciousness left, and he tried to pull a kamikaze to take Omega with him. But since Omega had amalgamation of all the other Shadow Dragons, he used Rage Shenron's powers to pretty much turn himself into Jello at the last second.
Yeah,
and I think he encased himself around Nova in the attempt to reverse the effect of the blast on him.
He did, but it didn't really work. It blew him in his face. Like I said before, out of all the TT villains, the Showdown the idea was a bad idea. It was in concept. Execution-wise, however, it was mixed results. You want to build Omega, and that's about it. All the other villains.
Now, they did have reference and callbacks to the show. Oceania was based on the first wish in the Pilaf saga, where Oolong thwarted Pilaf's wish by wishing for certain undergarments. I believe it was the rat-looking one, the shapeshifter. His wish was based on Majin Vegeta's rampage.
Yeah.
Nova's was in relation to Grandpa Gohan. Hayes, I forget what his wish origin was about.
I think it was Sin was. What's Sin's wish?
The wish Sin was. I don't think they ever confirmed the wish Sin was based on.
No, they did not.
They only confirmed the wishes for half of them.
Yeah, only for
they let some of them out.
They did Rage. They did Rage. They did
Hayes.
They did Oceania, and the shapeshifter right here at the end. They only gave the origins for the latter four. The main three, Sin, Aizen, and Nova, because Nova was based on Grandpa Gohan and a dude sense of honor. So, yeah. Sin, Hate, Eyes, Nova, Rage, Oceania, and Natron, or based on nature. Natron was based on Majin Vegeta's rampage. Oceania was based off Oolong's underwear wish. Yep. Rage Shenron, I believe, was based on Majin Vegeta's rampage. Nova,
we don't know about him.
Nova was had something to do with Grandpa Gohan. Eyes, I don't think they ever confirmed his wish of origin for.
Hey, they didn't confirm anybody either.
Hayes, they didn't confirm his wish origin. And Sin was pretty much Sin was the final boss, so you really didn't need to know his wish origin.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, maybe Hayes might have had some negative feedback in relation to wiping the world's memory of we have 3 remaining wishes they could have been origins for. Wiping the world's memory of Boo, bringing back everyone who was killed by the Saiyans and Frieza forces for the past year and a half, which was Namek to Earth.
Yeah.
And what's the third one I'm forgetting? It wasn't the
everyone back in the day after Earth got blown up by Boo.
Yeah, but yeah, there's also when Boo blew up the planet. But that was a wish from Namek, so that wouldn't count.
Namek Dragon Balls.
I have to say it was when everyone who brought back killed by Cell. That's the only
That
place.
makes sense because Majin Buu wiped out all humanity.
But again, they never confirmed the wish of origin for 3 of the Shadow Dragons. You kind of had to pick and choose by process of elimination.
That's true. Yeah.
We only know 4.
Yeah.
But if someone actually did find the other 3 online, or if they released it elsewhere in an official source somewhere, let us know in the comments.
Maybe Dragon Ball will give us some information. Let's see. When difficult to find someone else in Dragon Ball, it meant that they appeared to spread negative power accumulated for each wish. Invest technology Dragon Ball may find the offense simple task. Back from Shenron, separate dragon, each taking form on the ball. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Shenron. Let's see.
Very arrogant and constantly belittles his opponent.
Despite that, he gets ready when anything can transform, but the first grand appeared to be incoming full. Not knowing when to give up, and the actual pull on fight side pointing and have time to take a federation upon strength. Okay. Someone's definitely over toxic weight, dissolve in it. Here's related attitude, let the poison drain to punch strength.
Oh, there it is. There's his wish of origin. It was the wish to bring Bora back.
Ow.
Man, he was a deep cut. No wonder nobody remembers. His origin was a deep cut.
To bring the Bora back?
Yeah, okay, Upa and Goku.
No, Bora. Upa and Bora, the father and son duo when Goku had to climb Korin's tower.
After being killed by mercenary
Oh!
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that origin was a deep cut. You had to watch it.
I think the Tao we did see at the indie BG. We did see him after he fought at the Gohan. Kind of. Sort of.
In a filler scene, but yes.
Yeah, that was fun. Let's see. What's weird origin?
You might have to scroll down a bit. Go to background. Too far. Yeah. He was the weakest of the Shadow Dragons. Time since Kamehameha. Electric slime. That's as I was referring to earlier. Scroll down a bit further.
Okay.
Again, they don't say. Scroll further.
Stupid. Join on.
Could you scroll back up, please?
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you. Again, they never confirmed his origin.
Yeah, I see the origin in his daughter.
They never confirmed his wish of origin. Hayes was based on bringing Bora back.
Yeah, so, okay, we can't use him. Okay,
Oceana, I already told you.
Yeah. So, which one do we have left?
Oceana's Natron Shenron. I believe his was based on Majin Vegeta's Rampage.
Yeah, let's see. Biography. What? Natural born Boa and Yonta went back to Majin Vegeta.
Yep, Majin Vegeta's Rampage.
Yeah, so you like that one. Okay. So let's see. How many? What's the Shadow Dragon?
Eyes. Because again, 3 of them we never got official origins for. That was for Rage, Eyes, and Sin.
All right. Let's go.
We can look to see what the wiki has to say.
No, we need Eyes Shimura.
Eyes. Nova was based something to do with Grandpa Gohan.
Yeah, here it is. Here's Eyes. Let's see.
Background.
Okay. Here it is. I said brought from 4 from 1 with the arrival King Piccolo victims. This is how I knew I was sharing the bone to play from one day. Flying kid, which was talking Piccolo you, according to Daijin. Don't know what that is. Daijin Jushu. I can't read that.
Okay, technically he has 2 conflicting origins. His wish of origin is one of these 2. In the GT anime version, it revolves around when Piccolo Daimao or King Piccolo wished for his youth. But in the Dragon Ball GT Perfect files, it was the wish to erase everyone's memory of Majin Buu's rampage. So it could be a combination of the two. One might be the origin itself. The other might have actually, and the other might play into Aiza's conniving personality. But it's, again, there's inconsistencies for Aiza's wish of origin. It's one of those two.
It's very confusing. Yeah, this is a clusterfuck in itself. I'm confused.
No, it's just no GT Perfect Files and Daizenshus are franchise guidebooks. And one, it just says that his origin was based off the wish for Piccolo Daimao, and the other says it had something that it was the wish to make everyone forget Majin Buu. But it was never directly confirmed within the anime itself. You got it through guidebooks.
Yeah.
Only 3 were directly revealed in the anime itself. That was
That's
Oceana, Hayes, and Natron.
All right.
Nova's implied due to his sense of honor and the parallels him and Goku have. So Nova's more implied. I don't think it was directly confirmed in the anime itself.
Yeah.
You can look, but I don't see it.
Let's see. Now born King Piccolo wishing what's the name of his youth. Really?
See that? Yeah. He was based on Piccolo Daimao's wish for youth, but his personality is very honorable. That's probably where the confusion in the guidebooks came in. Probably when they were writing it, they confused Nova for Ice.
In Xenoverse series, showed me where King Piccolo reincarnated and Piccolo go on and remember time and go on to Force of Dragons. Wait, what? Wait. They made him turn in Xenoverse? Why?
Xenoverse is an amalgamation of everything, man.
That's true, yeah.
But okay. Yeah, Nova was based on Piccolo getting his youth back, not Ice.
Yeah.
But there was an inconsistency.
So that we read one more letter and Sin, right?
Yeah, Sin.
Stupid thing. Let's see.
Go to
background. Since I was born from the West, man, I meant the power to revive everyone on Namek. They were killed at the hand of freelance soldiers.
Oh.
Okay, that makes sense.
I told you process of elimination, man. But hey, Hayes being based on Bora, that was a deep cut. Z only fans wouldn't have recognized that one.
Yeah, I didn't even know that one because again, I'm more a fan of Dragon Ball Z. I never saw the old Dragon Ball.
I highly recommend it. It's actually a little campy at places, but it's pretty good for what it is. It's not a prequel. Dragon Ball came first, then Z.
Dragon Ball came first, then DBZ. Yeah.
But now that we've answered that little inquiry, again, Janemba, if you're gonna factor GT into this, Janemba works well in tandem with Super 17 since it's technically the same story. It's just GT repurposed it for a filler for a series of transition episodes. I believe 6, and made a mini arc out of it. So again, it's technically the same story. You could have Super 17 be the mini boss, while Janemba being the main villain. And
but we have concluded that we do not see Janemba as being a good character.
Yeah,
the only way you can make Janemba a quote unquote good guy is if you create play into the inner demon trope in Shonen, where the ogre gets a redemption arc and learns to control the entity, and thus the transformation of Janemba. That's
similar to with Nine-Tailed Fox.
That's the only way you can make it work. And I believe the ogre deserved a redemption arc. He was an interesting character. And if you haven't seen Smug Stick's version of this concept, highly check it out. It's actually pretty good. It does get bloated in places, but it's pretty good for what it is.
Well, I have all the movies done from Dragon Ball Z movies. I think you can make a little canon because he's the only movie that makes sense besides Cooler.
BoJack Unbound, that one can fit right in because it's within the 7-year gap.
Yeah, this after the
2 seconds, they go on to Super Saiyan 2 and destroy them in 2 seconds.
The only real continuity error with BoJack Unbound is Future Trunks using the time machine again to visit everyone. It's never referenced again. It's there for a quick visit right around the time the tournament occurs, and nobody ever talks about it again. BoJack's not even used as a yardstick going into the Boo saga.
True.
But
BoJack as a villain is very, very one-dimensional at best because he had no personality.
BoJack was just a space pirate gallivanting across the galaxy who was sealed on North Kai's planet before Cell blew it up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But do y'all have anything else y'all want to add? I mean, I think this was like very detailed, and I would say.
Yeah, that's all I got now to add whatsoever. Because honestly, trying to make them in GT canon would be confusing. Plus, the carbon portals. Okay, that's not true. What carbon portal? It would make it fall better than the Super Android 70. In fact, we don't need Super Android 70 at all. We just get rid of him and just make him the main villain. Fuck that Android 70. Because I got Android Redemption be intact thanks to the super story. Then we brought this character to GT content.
Right.
As for me, again, this could go one or two scenarios. You could actually give the Ogre redemption arc and actually be directly trained under Goku, part of the Z Fighters, and then he could become the senior or sibling student to Oob, end of Z onward. Or you could go
team up.
Or you could go strictly the GT route, where after the Ogre gets his redemption arc, he's welcomed back in Otherworld, but chooses to become a guardian angel for Hell, similar to Piccolo's role after Earth's destruction in the Baby Saga.
I did not get Piccolo. I didn't go into it. No, I don't want that either. I'm more than what I did.
Piccolo sacrifices Ascension in Otherworld to help Goku break the dimensional barrier to get back to Earth. But with Janemba there, you wouldn't have that since Janemba has reality warping capabilities, and he's already been a guardian for Hell, basically managing keeping the evil villains in check. And all he has to do is use a bit of his reality warping powers, send a portal directly to Earth. Here you go, Goku. Just don't let King Yemma find out. And then that would have been the end of it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But y'all let us know in the comments below what y'all think or what y'all scenarios may be. And please stay tuned because now we are a dynamic trio.
Yep.
Stay tuned for our next episode, Dragon Ball AF, The Rise of Zycor.
And I'm your boy. Oh. Go tell you.
Wait, who's that? No, never mind.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, man.
Good night.